In the skies above key flashpoints, a single aircraft from China has quietly shifted assumptions. This video is about how that jet, the Chengdu J-20, has challenged decades of Western Air Force dominance. We'll uncover how this aircraft became a symbol of disruption, what encounters forced Western militaries to rethink their confidence, and what this means for the balance of power in the air. By the end, you'll see how one stealth fighter didn't just rewrite strategy, it rewrote the psychology of air superiority itself. Let's start with the jet itself and why it matters. The Chengdu J-20 Mighty Dragon wasn't just another fighter rollout. It was China's declaration that it had entered the elite club of stealth air powers. It became operational in 2017, making China the only country after the United States to field a stealth fighter in active service. That alone changed the air power equation. The J-20's design speaks volumes about China's priorities. Its sleek, angular body is shaped to deflect radar waves. Its air intakes are carefully sculpted to reduce radar reflections, and its internal weapons bays keep missiles hidden until launch. These aren't just design quirks, they're statements of capability. This jet was built to be invisible when it matters most. Then there's its firepower. The J-20 carries long-range PL-15 air-to-air missiles with active radar guidance, giving it the reach to engage enemy aircraft before they even know it's there. Western pilots call that first look, first shot, first kill. It's a philosophy the US pioneered, and now China has mastered it too. But beyond stealth and missiles, what makes the J-20 truly disruptive is how it's integrated into China's broader defense network. It's not flying alone. It's part of a system that includes satellites, data link networks, and over-the-horizon radar arrays. Together, these form an air combat web, allowing the J-20 to see, strike, and vanish without ever switching on its radar. Early versions of the jet faced issues, like underpowered Russian engines that limited range and performance. But with China now introducing its indigenous WS-15 engines, those weaknesses are fading fast. Each upgrade narrows the gap with US fifth-generation fighters like the F-22 and F-35. So why does this matter? Because air dominance isn't just about who flies faster. It's about who sees first, strikes first, and disappears first. The J-20 has forced the West to admit that the monopoly on stealth technology is over. It's not just a fighter. It's a symbol that the sky itself is now contested. Now let's look at how this jet's presence translated into real-world moments that caught Western militaries off guard. In recent years, encounters between Chinese and Western aircraft over the South China Sea and East China Sea have become increasingly tense. These aren't dramatic dogfights, but high-stakes chess matches in the sky. During one reported intercept, Chinese stealth fighters reportedly locked onto Western aircraft approaching China's air defense zones, not with hostility, but with confidence. For the first time, the West was no longer the one dictating the terms of engagement. Think about that. Decades of Western doctrine assumed air dominance as a given. Pilots were trained to operate wherever they wanted, whenever they wanted. Then suddenly, a rival jet, designed and built outside the Western sphere, had the power to detect, shadow, and escort advanced Western aircraft out of sensitive areas. That alone sent shockwaves through military analysis circles. And China didn't hide it. State media proudly broadcast clips showing their jets performing tight intercepts near US and Australian patrol aircraft. Western nations called the maneuvers unsafe and unprofessional, but China saw them as proof of capability, a public relations victory as much as a military one. This is where the idea of humiliation takes root. It's not about one side shooting down the other. It's about perception, who appears to have control. When Western pilots have to change course or suspend operations to avoid escalation, it's a subtle but powerful shift in psychology. The J-20 has been sighted flying escort missions alongside long-range bombers, coordinating through encrypted data links that integrate with land-based radar. That means it can extend China's defensive reach far beyond its coastline, pushing Western surveillance further back. Each time that happens, it chips away at the old idea of Western freedom of operation. What's fascinating is that the J-20 achieves this without needing combat. It's rewriting the rules through presence alone. Every close pass, every radar lock, every encounter forces foreign pilots to acknowledge a new kind of balance in the skies, one where China no longer plays catch-up, but sets the pace. The humiliation, then, isn't about defeat, it's about realization. Realizing that the game has changed, and China's now one of the rule makers. So what happens when air dominance is no longer guaranteed? That's the question now facing Western defense planners. For decades, Western forces built their strategy around the assumption that stealth and superior avionics gave them absolute control. The F-22 and F-35 were considered untouchable, but the emergence of the J-20 has forced a hard reset. Now, the race isn't just about who builds the best fighter, it's about who builds the best system. Western militaries are pivoting toward integrated networks similar to China's model. That means pairing manned stealth jets with unmanned drone, loyal wingmen, linking everything through secure data networks, and using artificial intelligence to coordinate battlefield awareness. At the same time, the focus is shifting toward counter-stealth. New radar systems are being tested that can detect stealth aircraft using long-wavelength frequencies. The US and its allies are rapidly developing next-generation aircraft, like America's NGAD program and Europe's Tempest project, designed specifically with China's J-20 in mind. But technology alone won't restore confidence. What's truly shaken the West is the speed of China's progress. Less than 2 decades ago, China's Air Force was largely dependent on imported or reverse-engineered systems. Today, it fields homegrown stealth jets, hypersonic weapons, and AI-driven combat simulations. That acceleration is something no strategist can ignore. This evolution also affects how smaller nations plan their defense. If the sky is no longer dominated by one side, regional powers start to adapt differently. Some invest in drones and electronic warfare systems instead of expensive fighter fleets. Others begin hedging politically, balancing between Western and Chinese suppliers. What we're witnessing is more than a new aircraft race. It's a strategic transformation. Air superiority is now a shared, contested domain rather than a Western birthright. The J-20 didn't just challenge Western technology, it challenged Western certainty. And that's the core lesson. The most powerful weapon isn't the one that fires first, but the one that forces everyone else to rethink how they fight. In the end, one Chinese fighter jet didn't single-handedly defeat Western air forces, but it did something far more profound. It cracked open the myth of eternal Western dominance in the sky. The J-20 represents a milestone in military evolution, a reminder that innovation no longer flows in one direction. Its stealth design, long-range engagement capability, and integration into a wider defense network have made it more than an aircraft. It's a psychological and strategic shift in motion. For Western forces, the realization that the skies are now truly contested is a wake-up call. The future of air combat won't be defined by who has the flashiest fighter, but by who adapts fastest to an environment where information, networks, and timing decide victory. Thank you for watching. And if you want to explore how this stealth revolution could trigger the next arms race, stay tuned for our next episode.